river, or Yin Shen. In Vietnamese, my name is pronounced Tik On Tom, and I'm a monk and a student of the Venerable Fa Sheng, or Tik Tom Men is his Vietnamese name. This morning I'm going to be giving a talk, and I will give it a working title of Peace Before Conflict, or perhaps the cultivation of peace before we find ourselves in distress. Either of those titles. I'd like to speak to the practice of peace. When we think of peace, we often think of an external peace, a peace that is tangible, one that we can touch in the external world. And of course, as you know, that is a peace that is accessible. It's a peace that exists. This morning I'm going to be speaking of a peace that we can touch in a different way, a peace that resides within our hearts. This morning during our check-in, we spoke about having compassion for those that we oppose or have caused us harm. And everybody had beautiful perspectives on it.
Custom 2.
I'd like to add an additional perspective. If we look very closely at those that we oppose, it may be that we oppose them because their beliefs cause harm or their actions cause harm. If we look very deeply, we'll find that it's a poison that they have consumed that causes this action. And at some point in our life, we've consumed a similar poison, whether that was the poison of ignorance, whether it was a poison of greed and self-interest, or a poison of hatred. We look very deeply at the actions of those that cause us oppression. We will see these poisoned sources. It can be helpful in cultivating peace within to look at that poison and to recognize that that person is afflicted and deserves compassion. Someone that is foraging for mushrooms and unintentionally eats a poisoned mushroom and is in the hospital, we still show them the care that they need, regardless of whether or not their mushroom picking was careless or not. We still meet them with love and acceptance. We're moving into the holiday that celebrates and honors the life of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. A man that cultivated peace so profoundly that we can feel it to this day, years after his murder. In his very short life, he affected this planet so profoundly that each person on this call has been affected by his act of peace. And that act of peace started with the cultivation of peace within. Whether that was developing non-reactivity, whether that was cultivating non-action, they all translated into non-violence. When we cultivate peace within, it's like bathing ourselves in beautiful perfume. And then when we go outside, everywhere we go, there's a cloud trailing behind us. And those we encounter are able to be inspired by this beautiful perfume of peace and see that they too are empowered and capable of attaining that peace. There are many things we can do to cultivate peace, and probably one of the easiest ones is to do absolutely nothing at all. When we sit down and we stare at a wall, we can't help but become peace. Each one of us has said, done, thought things that have caused harm. Every single one of us. To varying degrees, whether we're a president, whether we're an individual. Every single one of us has, through our actions, cultivated and caused harm and suffering. And every single one of us has cultivated kindness, forgiveness, and unconditional love. Both of these are true. And it's through the understanding of our pain that we are able to better avoid inflicting it in the future. When we've said something cruel to someone, we see the effect of it, we're able to learn how to avoid doing that later. It may take time, it may take practice, and we may often fail. But in that failure, we're able to restart. So developing and cultivating peace is acknowledging that it's not going to be easy, and that we're going to have roadblocks, and that we're going to have moments of unkindness. That will take place. There will be moments where we will think that thing that we end up regretting tomorrow. However, cultivating this practice is going, well, I don't have to think that thought today. As we move into this week of cultivating peace in the name of a great peacemaker, I encourage all of us to take stock of where are we at a deficit in peace? Where could we develop more forgiveness toward ourselves and others? How can we develop more equanimity with that of which is taking place around us? In what ways are we becoming peace, not practicing it, but transforming ourselves into peace? Whether that's the understanding that everyone around us is suffering too, or knowing the time when we need to say nothing, because if we say something, it's not going to be helpful. Peace is available right here. It's available in this moment. We can touch it while sitting, while walking, while having a conversation. Each moment is an opportunity. So I invite you this today and the rest of this weekend to sit in peace. And when you find yourself being pulled into judgment and anger, meet it with peace. And say, it's okay that you feel this way. This is proof that you are a loving being. When we become angry at the state of the world, it's an opportunity for us to recognize that that comes from a heart of love. These are my words for this morning.